Another episode of For a Different Lens podcast. It's your boy Joe.
It's your boy Jacob.
And it's your boy Peez.
There we go. We don't need to do an intro or who this is. He's a regular.
Regular still.
He's a TVL family member. But what are you saying, Peez? How you doing? How you doing, Peez? And Jacob, actually.
Good, man. Good. Well, as good as can be, you know. Tough one last night. Jacob's not laughing. But yeah, tough one last night. It's what we deserve, to be honest. But yeah, overall, I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you, man?
See, I'm good. See how you're feeling right now. I was feeling like a couple of days ago when Ghana did what they did to me. So, you know, I know how you feel.
Yeah,
I know how you feel.
I hear it still.
In general, man, all good. Yourself, Joe?
Yeah, man. Can't complain. Quick calf before jumping on air.
I should have done the same because I'm starving.
I had some free time. It's because when Jacob said 12:30, I was like, all right. I know just heading out then anyway, so I was like, let me go calf. Upload the uploads and let's get started. Obviously, we're going to start off with yesterday's game, the Iberian Derby. And, you know, it's great timing that you joined us, please. But first of all, Portugal versus Spain. Spain beating Portugal 1-0 thanks to a late goal by Mikel Merino. Jacob, do you want to get us started differently? So then Peez will go on his spiel. Do you know what I mean? But what Peez, what they say in Portuguese? Is it Azarado? Azarado Portugal? I believe that's unlucky.
No. I don't know what language that is.
Hey, Google Translate says Azarado for unlucky.
You run with whatever you run with, innit? He lost, so I ain't got nothing to say. I'm not even biting back. I'm defeated.
As you should be. Do you know what, right? Looking at the game from outside in, I initially going into it, I didn't think Portugal were or had a chance. As for me, do you get what I mean? The way they've been playing this tournament hasn't been great at all. The managerial, the way the manager's been managing, the substitutions, everything that they've been doing in Portugal's camp has not made much sense to me. So going into a game against a team like Spain, who are ranked number 1 in the world, who, you know, haven't also been playing up to what I expected them to be playing up to, I felt like it could have been a good game, but I felt like Spain would eventually dominate the game and win it. And I feel like what I thought is what we got. I think we got less goals than expected, but Spain from the outset took out an approach where I felt like they were going to dominate and try and win the game from early. Peez, your camera is off if you don't know, brother.
Yeah, bro, I don't know what is going on. Can you see me?
Nah, I'll remove you and then I'll add you back. But just leave and then rejoin, basically.
As that is happening, and Jacob's sorting out Peez's tech side. Yeah, Portugal was, to be fair, Spain are actually ranked number 2 in the world. Argentina are currently 1. Tit for tat. And funnily enough, both of them were meant to have the finalismo because obviously winners of Copa America, Europe, but it didn't happen because of what's happening in like the war part of the world where the game was meant to take place. But yeah, it was just one of those ones where I kind of agree with you in the sense that I did not expect Portugal to go through as well. Like, it was always going to be a tricky game because games between Spain and Portugal are always super tight, even when Spain have always been the better team. But in this instance, like, Spain haven't been playing great. They've just been playing good. And that's it. But Portugal haven't been any better. And Portugal, again, one of my slights on them and issues with them, obviously, I had them as dark horses But my caveat was if they can score goals. And bar the Uzbekistan game, they've showed they can't score goals in this World Cup. And that was my issue. Goal scoring and their attack in general. Obviously, their midfield three haven't clicked. They've not been great. Bruno's had a poor tournament, especially off the season. He's had PFA and Player of the Year standard level. And then obviously the PSG boys, Vitinha, it's been an average tournament. Same for João Neves, arguably average, poor. The trio collectively, like, and the thing that Portugal yesterday they defended well. I've got on Vega a lot. Vega was superb yesterday, like, and they limited Jamal. Nuno Mendes was doing a great job on him until he got injured. Do you know what I mean? Cancelo was concentrating defensively, so defensively it wasn't an issue. But it was the other way going forward. They did not create anything clear cut. The chances, the saves that Simon made, they were kind of half chances. Obviously, Ronaldo's shot was a tight angle, and then the one where he's flicked it, where he's done a very good job to flick it, it just wasn't enough in that instance. So, yeah, and the killer blow, Marino, like that's why you have players like this in the squad, Arsenal and Spain, and we've seen how effective Marino is for Spain. He had a hat trick in one of their qualifying games. We know he can be that third centre midfielder, like the attacking midfielder, not in terms of playmaking, but as a goal scoring threat. And then he can also do a job centre forward. And it was a great goal, great quick movement, great quick passing. And it was a fantastic finish by Marino. So in my group chats, the boys were like, turn that 6 upside down because he's a 9. He can finish. He can finish. And players like that, like they might not be your favorite on the eye, but they're fantastic for a manager to have. And it's crucial when a lot of squads have those kind of players.
I agree. I definitely agree. Off of what I was saying, off of the back of what you were saying, Portugal aren't the side that on paper who they are. That's literally it. On paper, they're a great side. Together, they are not a good side at all. You're right in saying how well Vega performed, how well Nuno Mendes performed until obviously Nuno Mendes got injured. But you're relying on people that you don't expect to rely on to get you through. And the people that you expect to rely on haven't turned up enough for this tournament. Vitinha, João Neves, Bruno, meant to be the best midfielder of the tournament, have turned out to be one of the most average midfielders of the tournament. Do you get what I mean? Obviously, Cristiano is Cristiano. He's getting up in age. He can only do so much. The team aren't really playing for him, but it's difficult to still do. Martinez ruining, if we're being honest, ruining or not taking advantage of 2 golden generations in Belgium and Portugal. You get the starting lineup for us. When we both saw it, we were a bit confused because we were seeing Leao not start in the game. And you get what I mean? After his impact in the last 2 games, you expect, okay, he should be out there. He should be playing. So everything was a bit off for me from the start. And I don't know what's going on there. But the game in general, Spain did what they needed to do. And it was a Spain performance which they can be proud of in terms of they had the chances, they had the opportunities. They just didn't finish their dinner as much as they probably wanted to. But at the end of the day, 1 goal wins games. And Marino was that guy. Marino was the games for them in the Euros when they won the Euros, and he's also come good again here. So as you said, you do need those type of players in your squad. You need them because they are the perfect example of impact players off the bench, and sometimes they can impact in multiple ways from starting. And why Marino is so key is because, bro, he can play a multitude of positions, and sometimes that's looked down upon. But in his case, bro, it is so well done. So for me, Portugal literally should be disappointed. I don't even know if they should be disappointed. I feel like I'm doing the same thing I did with Brazil with Portugal. You get what I mean? It was like very, very similar. Like they should be there. They should do things, but they're not meeting expectations. And they got a long road ahead of them. They got the talent to do things, but they got a long road ahead of them in terms of what they're about to do next, because I don't know where they go from here, because this is too many World Cups that you've just left at a stage where you're not meant to leave, and you've had the squad to get further on. But big up Spain. They've done their thing. They're where they should be. They booked a date in the game against Belgium next round. And, you know, where I'm enjoying this World Cup because I feel like we're seeing the best teams in the best times. And we're getting the semi-finals, quarterfinals, we're getting the knockout games that I feel like we should be getting, similar to AFCON.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
Can you guys hear me? Yeah.
Goes,
Yeah.
Can you hear me though? Yeah. Is everything good?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, cool.
Yep, can hear and see you. Just before Peez goes,
Perfect.
the only difference I'd say Portugal, Brazil, like Brazil, I was saying the expectations weren't too high. Portugal, my expectations were, because I felt like they've got a better collective of players. Again, my issue with them and pre-tournament was just them. I didn't think they'll score enough goals, and it came back to bite them. But with Portugal, a lot of it was a part selection issue as well. Like you said, Jacob, Leao was man of the match last game, and he doesn't start. Ramos comes on, scores a brilliant header. He gets 0 minutes. Do you know what I mean? Like things like that. Conceição, we've seen he's been, obviously Neto starts off games fairly well or sharp, but then it's either he's playing too much minutes or sometimes you don't need to start him every game. Conceição's looked lively as well. So it's just, João Felix was decent yesterday, so fair play to him. But it's a lot of it is a selection thing with Portugal, compared to Brazil in that instance. Like, and then obviously we spoke about like Ronaldo again, not blaming Ronaldo, but when he's on the field, it's like it's not even that they cater to him. It's just it suffocates the way the rest of the team plays. They're not as fluid, like. Whereas when he's on, you can see they're putting crosses into the ball even quicker, which he kind of wants. But yeah, it's just, and again, like you're playing a 41-year-old every single minute of the game and stuff like that. And then, yeah, like we said, their midfield have been disappointing. You've got an 8 in Vitinha, and it's Pedri the same. Vitinha and Pedri, they're probably the 2 best 8s in the world, and they haven't had the best of tournaments. So, but it's just like the collectives. We know Spain can rely on their squad. You get me? Yamal's has not been at his absolute best, obviously coming off injury, but he's always going to be that threat. Whereas Portugal, you're just like bringing on Leao. Was it too late? In fact, he should have started anyway. But bringing him on, was it too late at the time that he came on? And then everything else, like Bruno, just not good enough. The midfield 3 just not good enough. Back 4 was solid yesterday, really good. But yeah, Peez, the floor is yours. Obrigado.
Hey, where do I start, man? You lot tell me where you want me to start, because I don't
start wherever you want to.
Should I go through the players?
Please, I saw a quote from Ronaldo after the game.
Yeah,
and this obviously would, like, again, I've rarely blamed him this tournament, but I've always said the way when he's on the field, it's like it suffocates the way the rest of Portugal play, innit? I don't know if you agree or not, but he said after the game, I've won 3 titles with Portugal. Before Cristiano, Portugal won nothing. The biggest title I won for the national team was Euro 2016. For me, Euro has the same value as the World Cup. And things like that, obviously you're retiring or you're allegedly retiring. Fair enough. But this self-centeredness at that particular moment, it kind of funnels through like the way they play in general, or just getting pissed off when you're subbed the other game. You're allowed to get pissed off. That's understandable. But his reaction was kind of normal, but at the same time, you just knew it was going to happen. So, I'd say more so on Roberto Martinez, Cristiano Ronaldo, Portugal's style of play, and then, you can go on from there, if that helps.
Okay, so based off what you said, like just the little topics you said, like what he said about before he was there, Portugal hadn't won anything. It's a fact, innit? So you can't like it's how can I say it? Like it's arrogant to say, but it's a fact. He can say it. And I think with him is he gets rattled by all the like criticism and just basically all the stick he gets, regardless like of his age and stuff like that. And I, to a certain extent, understand why he gets rattled, because sometimes it's just simply like it's unprovoked, it's unjustified, like there's no need for it. Do you get what I'm saying? And his problem is he can't firm it without saying something, if that makes sense. He's not the type of man that's just gonna do the quiet thing and just be like, oh, I don't care, or whatever it is, or just not respond. He's responding, bro. And he's responding every time. And he sees it every time. And then the responses he's going to come with are going to be cheeky and they're going to come across arrogant and whatnot. And then it just adds fuel to the fire, innit? If that makes sense. So it's like, you just lost. You don't really need to be saying what you said, but you're a bit rattled. So you're just trying to show, man, like, yo, have some respect, because realistically, before I played football, Portugal didn't win anything. And ever since we've won. Obviously, Nations League is new and it's not the same as like whatever, but we've won 3 things in it. That's what he's saying. So I get why he said it, and I know why he said it, because he's rattled. But it's just, you don't need to say it, if that makes sense. It doesn't make things better, if that makes sense. In terms of Martinez, he might be one of the worst managers. Yeah. Like, bro, like, I read something. This was like 2 days ago, I think, yeah. And it was a Belgium. I think it was 9 Golan, if I remember correctly. Remember the man with the mad trims?
Yeah.
He said this, and he said this, like the quote was from like a year ago or something, yeah? He had an interview and he said that Martinez is the reason why that Belgium's like golden generation was horrible. He literally blamed everything on Martinez. He said he is the worst like manager he's worked with. He said he had no tactics. This is his words, yeah. So it's like, I'm not making this up. So it's like, he said he had no tactics. It was his thing was, if we're in trouble, find Hazard, find KDB, and whatever happens, sort of thing, innit? And then, bro, based on how Portugal have played in this tournament, I believe it. Do you get what I'm saying? Because, bro, I'm seeing like no style of play from a squad with so much talent and so much like, and players that can fit so many different styles of play, yet we don't even have one. Like, not one. We don't even have a bad style of play. We don't sit in a low block. We don't sit in a mid block. We don't counter. We don't suffocate you. It's just boring sideways and backwards passes from players that are way better than that. And then they'll blame Ronaldo. Bro, let me be completely honest with you, yeah? Ronaldo didn't do nothing good, like great in this tournament, yeah? His best game was against Uzbekistan. We don't even need to speak on it. But he actually didn't do nothing bad. Like, he didn't do nothing majorly horrible in the tournament. Like, there wasn't a game where he was like horrible. Like, oh my God, drag him off the pitch, he's having a stinker. It was just more of get him off the pitch, he's not doing anything. Do you get what I'm saying? He's just kind of useless up there. He's not really doing anything off the ball. He's not really getting on the ball. And you know, when he does this, one thing that I hated about him this tournament was that he kept dropping deep. You're not going to affect the game 30 yards away from the goal, bro. Your game is in that penalty area and only in that penalty area. So, but again, the reason he was doing that is because he was getting so rattled that his teammates were just passing sideways, passing backwards, that he just, obviously at the end of the day, he's most people's top 2, top 3 players ever to play this game. So he still has that mentality, innit? That's still his mentality. In his head, he's still one of the best players ever to play football. So he just wants to get involved. But it's like he would get involved and then realize, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing over here, sort of thing. He'll pass it back off and then go back in the box. But again, it's like if we go through the players, I'll go from back to front, yeah? I'll go from back to front because, bro, I'm trying to go through this quickly. Otherwise, we could be here for hours the way I'm so angry at this nation, yeah? Diogo Costa was good.
Yeah,
Diogo Costa was good. He was one of the standouts. But to be fair to him, I expect that from him. He didn't do nothing that I didn't expect. He's a great shot stopper. I think the only time where he kind of has issues is when he has to when he overthinks things, if that makes sense. Like whether, like, you know, if it's a ball over the top, whether to come, whether to go from a corner, stuff like that. Sometimes he overthinks it. But if it's just, if you tell him stay in the sticks and just keep the ball out, he's gonna do it. Do you get what I'm saying? It's gonna take a proper finish or a screamer to to get the ball past him, innit? So hats off to him. He ain't do nothing wrong. One of our better players. Nuno Mendes is the best player. He's the best left back in the world. Even him, first couple games, group stages, he wasn't as like on it. I felt like the injury he had coming up to the Champions League final and whatnot, it was still there. Like you could see he wasn't like fully at it, because that guy can go for 90 minutes. Like even in the Spain game, he come off injured. Do you get what I'm saying? But again, he was the only person literally dribbling past people, other than maybe Liao in little stints. But yeah, Nuno Mendes, again, I ain't got not a bad word to say about him. And then we move across the rest of the back line. And this is when it starts to get a bit scary, lads. Yeah. Vega, who couldn't play for Chelsea, yeah, in a Chelsea team that struggle for centre-backs, let's be realistic, yeah, is starting for Portugal at the World Cup. And if I'm being completely honest with you, he even wasn't necessarily that bad. But the fact that he is starting is...
I said that yesterday. Yesterday, he was very solid.
Bro, I'm telling you, I'm honest, bro. Whether I rate you or whatever as a footballer, if you perform, innit? But he should not be starting for my country, bro. But then here's the other problem, and this is where I don't get onto Martinez as much, because if he doesn't start, Inacio starts. And Inacio is a mistake waiting to happen. Do you get what I'm saying? At least Vega, you know he's just going to get rid. He's going to header it out. It might not be pretty, but it's going to be unlikely that he's going to make a stupid mistake at the back, which you get pounced upon and then they score. And Inacio does that stuff. So then from there, Ruben Diaz. Ruben Diaz is the reason Spain won yesterday. Let me tell you this for free. Let me tell you why. In the first half, I went to watch the game. I went out to watch the game. He went and pressed, I think it might have been Dani Olmo or maybe Pedri or someone, one of the midfielders, literally in their half. He went and pressed them in their half. He done it 20 minutes in. And I said to my boy, what is he doing over there and leaving the gap in behind? Do you get what I'm saying? I don't know if you don't remember. 5 minutes in, Oyarzabal had a shot from outside the box.
Yep.
The gaps were there, yeah? And nothing come from it, whatnot. But he kept doing it. He done it more than once. And the one time he done it in the 90th minute, when Moreno actually made a run in beyond, he got punished for it. Why are you pressing Ferran Torres, bro? There's multiple people there. The right back that was on, Dalot could come in to press him. Obviously, Dalot wasn't close enough, but Bernardo Silva's right there. He's come out to press him. Moreno's ran past him. It was the easiest ball through. He scored. He's the reason why we lost the game, in terms of that mistake cost us the game. We could have gone to extra time. We could have gone to penalties. I reckon if we go penalties, we win. Costa's very good at penalties. And as a nation, we're actually decent at penalties. Because we wasn't going to win that game in normal time or extra time. Let me tell you that for free. We wasn't scoring a goal. We could have been there for 3 hours. We wouldn't have scored. But yeah, other than that, Ruben Diaz, he was just normal, innit? Cancelo was horrible. And that's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say nothing more on him because he annoyed me. He was not good. Like, I don't know, that whole right side, him and Neto is... You see, if I had Neto's pace, I wouldn't stop running. He is so fast, yeah, yet checks back every single time he gets the ball. Or he'll do the initial burst, the 10-yard, 15-yard burst, fly past someone, and then check back and let them get back into place. Let the other backs get into play.
The one time he didn't check back, he didn't look up, and he crossed. It's a good ball, the commentators were saying, but no one was there. If he looked up,
exactly what you're talking about.
It was like 2 plays he could have kind of found. And obviously, if you don't find them, fair enough. But all he had to do was look up.
And try. But guess what? When he did do that, do you know what I said? I said, fair enough. At least you went forward. Because that's what I have to deal with. That's what I have to deal with. I'm so used to my winger going backwards that when he done that and crossed it to nobody, I wasn't mad. I said, you know what? Fair enough, unlucky. I said unlucky.
I said that though.
Let's go into the midfield. João Neves, Vitinha, and Bruno. I'm going to talk about all three of them at the same time. Yeah. Two of them are still in Paris. They never came to America, and the other one's still in Manchester. Let me tell you that for free, because they are three of the best midfielders on paper. Before the tournament, everyone said Portugal's midfield three may be the best. It may be the best there. Like, everyone said it, me included. I don't know who that was, because I support United. I watch Bruno every week, yeah, and I love Vitinha and João Neves. I watched João Neves a lot when he was at Benfica. That's my Portuguese team. Do you get it? Bro, they were non-existent. João Neves got a bit of a blind because he runs. He runs a lot. He covers a lot of ground. So naturally, you're going to see him more. But Vitinha and Bruno, Vitinha was the group stage games. You could have played anyone there. They would have done what Vitinha done. Genuinely, you could have played anyone there. Bruno, who is known for risk-taking, like people get onto him for the amount of times that he kind of just spams crosses or through balls or balls over the top, trying to create something. He done none of that this whole tournament. I didn't recognize him, bro. Like, genuinely, I don't know what was wrong with them. And don't get me wrong, anyone can play bad. Anyone can have a bad tournament. Anyone can have a bad game, whatever it may be. But it was like you didn't even try things to play bad, if that makes sense. You didn't take the risk where people could say, all of his passes was dead, or he misplaced 10, 15 passes. But at least you attempted those 10, 15 passes to misplace. They didn't even do that. I don't know what was wrong with them. Every time Bernardo came on the pitch, I wanted him back off.
Quick one, on Bruno, Do you feel, because I felt like in, maybe not so much as yesterday, but in a lot of the other games, it's like, and it's not defending Bruno, but it's like Martinez had him playing right on Ronaldo. There was heat maps of games and players positional. I can't remember what game it was. Bruno was higher than Ronaldo throughout the whole game, and I was like, what? Like, obviously, if you're playing 10 attacking midfield, there's gonna be opportunities. You are gonna be higher than the centre forward, but it's like him and Ronaldo were basically on each other's toe. And obviously, like you said earlier on, Ronaldo's now coming deep to get the ball because he's not getting it as much. So like Bruno didn't have that natural freedom. Obviously, with United, because he's our main creator, everything, he's got that cheat code in a sense. If he's coming deep, you're getting the ball. He's getting the ball. Sorry, you get me? Pause and why for that. But he's getting the ball. Like, regardless, he's gonna create a chance. There's gonna be. Sometimes we might say he over spams, but I saw an interesting tweet the other day, and I don't know if you two agree. And they were talking about like controllers in football, and obviously the traditional controllers are the ones that you get the ball, tempo, pass. But someone said for Bruno, Bruno's another type of controller. They say he controls it in the biggest positive influence on the speed and direction of the game. So even though we're used to them being the calming aspect, now in the modern game, you need actually more than that. And for us, that's where we're quite fortunate. Obviously, we didn't achieve nothing, but Bruno had a good season where his version of controlling is dictating the speed of a game. He likes it gung-ho, whereas Portugal are very reserved. And again, it's just like, is that opportunity going to be there for you to get on the ball as much? Like, what game was it, Jacob, that we spoke about where whoever's crossed it on the right wing, it might have been Neto. It was a great cross. Bruno's just missed it, and then Ronaldo's got the head to it, and they're right next to each other. Again, I'm not blaming that, but that's how it felt throughout the whole tournament. So just bro, like
I can, bro, the reason why, and you're spot on, because when we attacked, especially when it came to like putting crosses in the box and stuff like that, they were literally holding hands, is because we were so passive as a team that we practically didn't use the 10. So then when the ball did go out wide, because that was the only time we would decide to play some sort of forward pass, Bruno now, there's no point him being in pockets, if that makes sense, because he's not getting the ball in pockets. Either he has to drop deep alongside the other two or stand with Ronaldo. that was his only choices. And obviously a lot of that is also on him. He is too big of a player to be relying on other players to get him in the game. But that's how we played the whole tournament. So then you would either see him in a nothing position in DM next to the centre backs or next to a left back or whatever, or you would see him on Ronaldo's toes. And none of those positions are effective. So it was never going to work out for him. That's my response to kind of what you're saying, because what you're saying is spot on, and that is the reason why. Like, and then when he did get kind of with Bruno at United, gets the ball, but he's involved in practically every possession. That's the reality. And then this is my opinion based off what I was seeing yesterday. It was like, I feel like because he was not getting the ball as much as he's used to, when he did get the ball and done nothing with it, it was just, you're just thinking, it was like, it was just wasteful, if that made sense. Like it's like he wasn't used to getting the ball. So when he was getting the ball, he wasn't doing anything with it. Like it wasn't his, bro. He just didn't look the same. He didn't look like the Bruno we watch every week. With the other two, like you would see glimpses of what they do at PSG, but it was just very negative, if that made sense. Bruno just completely looked like a shadow of himself. Go on, Jacob.
Do you think that's because, though, like you guys are saying, obviously the style of play, Man United play a completely different style of play to PSG. Like you guys, towards the back end of the season, you started to dominate possession and control the ball a lot more. But with PSG, it's literally a controlled possession football match. Whereas with Man United, it's not controlled possession football match as much. And Bruno is allowed to go everywhere. Whereas when he's playing for Portugal, he almost seems lost out there, for me anyway. He seems lost where he needs to be. And sometimes with the risk-averse stuff and the risk-taking, he can't take it because he's playing with someone like Ronaldo, who doesn't have the legs as much to go in behind. Remember, he's playing with Cunha and he's playing with Mbeumo. Do you get what I mean? They have runners. He doesn't have the legs. And then Neto and whoever your winger on the left side is going to be, because it literally changes every game, are literally touchline wingers at this point, not being told to run in. Everything's catered towards like getting the ball to Ronaldo in the area. Instead of at Man United, there's runners off of him. There's always someone he can play the ball to. Whereas he's playing with two DMs who like to control the ball, and not really get him the ball. And Vitinha's one of them ones that likes to thread passes and be neat as well. And then he's playing with attackers who realistically are being told to stand on the touchline and not make any runs towards goal. And then the main nine is older in his career and wants to just, he's a fox in the box now. So literally, I feel like it's difficult for him to do what he would like to do because of the players he's around. Whereas Man United's team is sort of catered towards his skill set.
100%, because obviously that's what they've built now, innit? He's our talisman. So it's like it made sense, obviously, in terms of it was perfect what you said in terms of the Cunhas, the Mbeumos, even Sesko. These are guys that as soon as Bruno gets the ball, there's one going this way, there's one going that way. There might be one showing feet. He has a Kobe Mainu and Casemiro who respectfully are always looking to go forward. So it's like if he sets them, for example, here's the difference. If Bruno sets Casemiro or Mainu, he knows there's a real big chance he's getting that ball right back. Does that make sense? If he sets Vitinha, he's turning around and he's giving it to Ruben Diaz. That's the reality, bro.
I think, on how, Jacob, what you were saying, how it affected Bruno, I feel like it affected the PSG sentiment as well, because at PSG, Vitinha and Neves, but Vitinha especially, he's used to a dynamic front three now. We've seen the last 2 years. And Vitinha, you'd think this tournament that he's not a good forward passer or a great forward passer. He literally puts in balls, pause again, when he's playing for PSG that are going in behind the defense. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, a lot of the time he'll be on the floor, but it's because the front three are moving. They're making the run. So even Bruno was affected by it, but he was as well. And I just felt like because of that, all three of them, PSG boys and Bruno, couldn't mesh collectively because like we said, United's creation, everything comes through Bruno. But a lot of the games, I say a lot. There's been games where United's forwards are quite static as well, but Bruno still gets in pockets of the pitch where I need to try and make an influence or effectively carry the team on my shoulder. You can see with Portugal, it's just like, all right, we've got a bigger brand in the team who's not better than me and better than others, but we're just going to go with the flow. Like, it's weird. It's like, obviously, of course he cared, but it's like he didn't care. Do you know what I mean? Bruno looks more playing for United than he looked for Portugal this World Cup, other than just the refereeing decisions when he can overmoan and stuff like that. But other than that, yeah, just a quick one on Ronaldo. Not a dig at him, but Ronaldo, the most shots on record since 1966 at a single World Cup. Ronaldo had the most, 17 shots without creating a single chance for a teammate.
When this tournament?
Since 1966. So yes, this tournament.
I don't expect him to create chances for other people.
Yeah, that's I'm not mad at that stat, I'll be honest. Especially at 41. He needs to be the person getting the ball lost.
Yeah. I'm not mad at it, but you also, one, you need to score more if that's going to be the case. And then two, again, it goes back to the overall point, the team style of play.
There is no style.
There is no style. And then when you have a manager clueless, my brothers, Leao had his best game against Croatia.
Yeah.
You started Felix, yeah? And I like João Felix a lot. I think in terms of just pure talent, he is unreal, yeah? Mm-hmm. And the one thing that worked starting João Felix is that he works hard off the ball. And he actually helped, to a certain extent, nullifying Yamal. Because there was a lot of times he came and doubled up. To be fair, Nuno Mendes done his thing while he was on the pitch anyway, but there was a lot of times João Felix made it easier for him, and that's obviously not something Leao would do. But it's like, then just drop Neto. Like, just drop Neto. Put Felix on the right or whatever it is. But, like, you can't keep dropping and chopping and changing your wingers, but Neto is the one that stays every single time. That's what confuses me. Because the man, Leao, absolutely killed the Croatia right back. Yeah, I think it was Stanisic or whoever played right back for them. Yeah, I think it was the Bayern one that played right back, and he killed him. And even when he came on against Puro, it was just a push and run. Puro you can't keep up with that sort of pace. And this is why I don't want to keep talking about Neto, but this is why it's so crazy that Neto is as fast as Leao, bro. I'm telling you, Neto is rapid.
Neto's quicker.
He might be. I swear to you, he's so fast, yet he doesn't do that. So if it's so easy to beat your fullback, yeah, and you have a man that always wants to beat his fullback, and he's just come off a great game in the first knockout game, what are you doing not starting him? Like, it doesn't make sense. You've shown slightly that you don't mind taking Ronaldo off. Then don't start Ronaldo then. Play João Felix as a false nine or something.
See, you see to that point there, I think because Martinez announced that he's leaving before the tournament, or when they re-announced this madness everyone's doing, I'm leaving before. He's like, oh, bro, whatever happens, bro. I'm not going to be trying to get into no issues. Ronaldo's going to play because everyone's going to come at me if we lose and Ronaldo's not on the pitch. So if we lose and Ronaldo's on the pitch, I'm not taking any heat for it. So I feel like that's why he's gone that way. He didn't want to make a decision that's going to shake up the change room, where we know that decision last year, like in other tournaments, Portugal played better without Ronaldo being up there. But I feel like for Martinez, he's just gone, oh, you know what? I'm leaving. So I'm not leaving with any bad taste in my mouth from Portugal or anything like that, bro.
Yeah.
Ronaldo is going to play. You're correct in saying play João Felix as a false nine and playing a real attacking front three. I think you cater towards, in that game specifically against Spain, you should have catered towards your midfield three who have not been in this tournament, because that's who's going to win you that game, because it's a midfield three against another top midfield three, essentially. So it was a battle of the midfield three. Whose midfield three is going to perform better? And then you have your X factor in Yamal, you have your X factor in Ronaldo. But you don't play towards those strengths.
Yeah.
So you leave yourself in a position where now you're out of the tournament. I just wanted to ask you, Peez, what do you feel like going forward for Portugal it looks like? Like now, obviously, Ronaldo is probably, I don't know actually, but he's probably not going to play international competition again. Martinez is not.
He's done.
What does it look like going forwards? Because I said earlier, it feels like it's like a Brazil kind of rebuild. What do you feel like?
Yeah, so for me, I think the foundation's there. Yeah, I feel like the foundation is there. The first and foremost, I don't know where we're going to get one from. I don't know if there's a young one about. But we need a striker, bro. Like, Portugal have not had a strike, like a proper striker, like a above average striker for as long as I've been alive. Not like there's been one or two. I swear to you, there's been one or two. You've had Nuno Gomez, Pauletta's done it. Do you get what I'm saying? But realistically, are these guys that are amongst the world best? No. But they've just done a job when called upon. They're not dead, obviously, but come on, like we haven't had like as long as I've been alive, other than when Ronaldo's obviously gone up there, we haven't had like a world class or like a just below world class striker, in my opinion. So that is one thing that some way, somehow we need to find, because that solves a lot of problems, in my opinion, a dynamic one anyway. And then from there. The next thing, and to be honest, this is more important than a striker. Just get a competent manager. That's the first thing. Because
on that, apparently Jorge Jesus has been announced as the new manager. He just, I think, left Al Nassr.
They gave him the Portugal job already.
His name's the one that I saw this morning, isn't it?
Bro, he's a weird one, isn't it? He's a maniac. So I don't know what we'll get. He's actually a maniac still. He's like a Mourinho, but without all the accolades, if that makes sense.
Right.
He's coached all the big clubs in Portugal. He's coached Sporting, he's coached Benfica, and obviously he's won stuff, but it's in Portugal, isn't it? He's nuts still. I'll be honest. He would have benched Ronaldo. I reckon he would have benched Ronaldo. I swear to you. Obviously, he was the Al Nassr coach. I get that, but for the national team, if he was the coach, he would have benched Ronaldo, in my opinion. But again, like that's not like, for example, bro, look at England, yeah. Although I've been definitely questioning Tuchel's selection in terms of who he took to the World Cup, like leaving Trent, Cole Palmer, this, that, the other, whatnot. That is a show of intent from the country. Signing someone who is not English. I think that's the first time they've ever done that.
We've had a few.
Oh no, like
recently,
you've had Capello and you've had the Swedish guy, but in recent times, let's say,
and the fact that he's German as well.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah, I bugged out. You've had there foreign managers. My bad. What's it called? But signing someone in recent times, not English. Because a lot of the people that they look at in recent times have been English, which is how Southgate got the job in the first place. Because if Southgate weren't English, he would have never got that job. But it's like signing someone doesn't necessarily fit the normal criteria, and someone who is, bro, the guy's won the Champions League. He's coached the biggest of teams. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you've signed a manager that certain clubs would want to have at their club right now.
Yeah.
And we're just signing a guy that's come from Al Nassr, bro, that's only ever coached in the Portuguese league, or we're signing Martinez, who destroyed Belgium, or like, do you get what I'm saying? Even Fernando Santos, who was our manager for a while, who we won all the trophies with, Euros and this, that, the other, he was another one that was very negative, bro. He was very similar to Martinez. Do you get what I'm saying? He just, to a certain extent, got lucky that Ronaldo was in his prime during those times. that's the reality.
On Santos, the one thing I'll give him, he didn't cosplay to act like he's a tactician.
He didn't
kind of coach.
Nah, he
what
didn't.
how he sweated on the touchline is exactly how he coached. I didn't expect anything else like from him. He utilized every single person around him, including the players, when Ronaldo was a coach in that Euro final and he went off.
Bro, but if you saw, I wish you lot could see how like how much of a downer it was when Santos left and Martinez joined, bro. The Portuguese community was not happy, bro. We was thinking like, bro, we just saw what this guy done at Belgium, bro. Like, forget Everton's and Wigan's back in the day. We literally just saw what this guy done with some worldies at his disposal.
Yeah.
Like, what is he gonna come here and really do? And when he first came, he was playing 5 at the back, and he got bullied out of playing the 5 at the back because he's been playing it. He's even been playing it recently. Even in friendlies this year, he's played 5 at the back. And in my head, I was thinking, are you really gonna go into this World Cup playing 5 at the back when 2 out of the 3 centre backs are not even really that good? And then he got bullied out of doing that. And then it's a catastrophe, bro. I'll be honest, man. It's been poor,
remember when he was playing Jean Neves right back as well.
Broski, he went through a period of the two, like maybe the best pivot in terms of a duo, and he was refusing to play them together. Refusing. He would play Bernardo Silva, he would play Ruben Neves, and then he'll play Jean Neves at right back.
Bro, this is what I was saying. Ali Santos didn't cosplay. Martinez, you'll think, one, he's a good talker, like when he's doing punditry and stuff like that. And to be fair, at club level, he was actually a decent coach. And one of my boys had him coach one of his team sessions. This was like, I think, under 18s days. So obviously, this is nearly 15 years ago. And he was like, boy, Roberto Martinez is a sick coach. Like, attention to detail, everything, blah, 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 like the different things. Obviously, I was like, maybe that's compared to at the time then, I was like, maybe that's compared to the British coaches that you're used to, not to downplay them and stuff like that. And it's something different. And at club level, like he did a bit decent job, innit? But when he's now got these jobs where he's had two great sides, it's just like, bro, like for me, this World Cup was a missed opportunity for Portugal. Because you got definitely, man. Again, Bruno's had the season where he's playing out of his skin. He's probably not going to reach that level by the time you're playing at a next major tournament. Obviously, you're lucky with the midfield duo. They're young enough. They're still players at a great age, isn't it? But it was a missed opportunity, man. It was a missed opportunity.
But if we won that game, if we beat Spain, we versus Belgium next. Belgium have been, bro, they've been poor, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? And then obviously, cool. We get to the, let's say, hypothetically, we had beat Spain. If we can beat Spain, we can beat Belgium. And then if you go out to France in the semi-final, it is what it is. Yeah. No one says anything. It's France. Do you get what I'm saying?
Take it to a shootout, and you'll be more confident than.
Do you get what I'm saying? Then if we go up against France and try to, and we're a bit safe and a bit negative, and you drag it out, whatever, no one can. Bro, that bionic team can do whatever they want. So I get it. But it's like, and even in the group stage, you can't beat Congo. You can't beat Colombia, which is why you've ended up having to verse Spain or Croatia. Otherwise, we would have been cruising through on the other side of the bracket and then not having to verse anyone until like an Argentina in the quarters. That's what the route was. So you lot have put yourself in this position where you've had to verse better teams earlier, and you're not ready for it. You're not ready for it. But Portugal have they still till now have still not got going. Still not got going. I'm telling you, they still haven't. But the best thing that I've seen since, and I'm gonna send it to you. I'm gonna send it to you guys after. The only thing is, I don't know if there's subtitles because they're speaking in Portuguese. But basically, Ruben Diaz done an interview after the game, with one guy and Charisma.
I saw something. I couldn't watch it because it was in Portuguese. Bro, but I saw something.
Everything that I'm saying to you, everything we all said about Portugal in this tournament, Charisma said to him, bro. And Ruben Diaz, obviously, as a player, kind of he watered it down, innit? He's backing the team. He's kind of backing what the team done in the tournament and kind of making excuses for why we played so passive and this, that, the other. Quaresma was not having it, bro. He was not having it, bro. He said, "You lot look like you didn't even try." That's what he said to him. He said, "Bro, if you lot," he literally said to him, "If you lot was dead, or the team was a bit meaty or not good enough, then fair enough. You play how you play. But you lot got world-class players that are top 3 in their positions, all amongst the squad. And you didn't even play forward." That's what he said to him. He said, "All you did is play sideways and backwards." He's like, "There's no excuse for that." Do you get what I'm saying? As a fan, as a Portuguese person, as someone that's played for Portugal, I understand all the other things and everything that comes with it. And like sometimes what Ruben Diaz was trying to do is what he was trying to say is they couldn't risk the game being chaos. They couldn't risk chaos. That's what he was saying. He was saying if the game becomes chaos, especially against Spain, but he was smart. He kept referring to the Spain game. Bro, you played the same way across the tournament. You played the same way against Congo. You played the same way against Colombia. Uzbekistan don't count. You play the same way against Croatia. Don't just try to make it specific to Spain. And he was trying to say if we allow the game to get hectic, then we lose control, and then anything can happen. But my broski, this is what Quaresma said. He said, "Bro, possession of the football doesn't win you football games. That's why we're out."
Very true.
And that's why we're out. Like keeping the ball means nothing if you don't penetrate, bro. Like and that's Portugal in abundance, bro. That's the best way to describe them. There's no better way. Pedro Neto started every single game. It's like I'll never.
Quick one, yeah. On the going forward aspects, and it links to Neto.
Go on.
And yesterday was quite prominent, but it's been kind of your most positive player. I think you might have said it, Peez, was Nuno Mendes. Yesterday, Nuno Mendes' long range passes
is insane,
and it was like that throughout the tournament. But a lot of them was finding that man Pedro Neto. And the thing that's annoyed me with Neto, and kind of since he's been at Chelsea, obviously now he's at Chelsea, I don't care as much because at Wolves I kind of did want him at United. Because when you're performing that well at a club like that and you're young like that, you expect when you go to a top club, you're going to take the next step. Do you know what I mean? That's why I saw him in the sense that I wanted him at United. Like when we went for Anthony, I was saying in my United chat, let's go for Pedro Neto instead. But it seems like Neto hasn't developed any further. And that is a big issue because he's one of the few wingers in the world that can comfortably play left and right. Like, he can comfortably play left and right. He's got blistering pace. The thing that hampered him at Wolves was getting injured. And because even PSG first leg again for Chelsea in the Champions League, he destroyed Marquinhos because Hakimi wasn't at right back. Hakimi was at right mid. You get me? So, like, Neto's annoying because the ability's there, the explosiveness is there, and you're one of the few wingers that can comfortably play on both. He's one of the few left-footeds that can play comfy on the left. In this day and age. So Neto, I genuinely don't get. But yeah, Nuno Mendes, your most positive player. Let's move on, game. But is there any more final words on this game? Because we spent nearly an hour on this.
This Portugal, the most passive team I've ever seen in my life. Ronaldo, thank you for everything you've done. It's time. I think that's it, bro. Like, we got what we deserved, bro. I said it to Jacob from beforehand, bro. Look how we're playing. We don't deserve anything. We don't deserve to go any further. I want my team my country, my nation to obviously win. But I'm realistic. We didn't deserve to win, and that's why we're out. that's the reality, innit? So is what it is. I feel sorry for other players. I feel sorry for players like Cosin Sao, players like even like Trincao, bro, I'm telling you, see the Samu guy at DM. Oi, the guy can play, bro. The guy can. He plays. I think he plays for Mallorca or something, bro. He plays in La Liga.
Yeah.
I can't remember what team he plays.
And they just got relegated actually, but
it might not be.
I
think it's Mallorca, but it might not be. But I know he plays in La Liga, innit?
I think it is. It was a team that just got relegated. I remember looking at the beginning.
He's so good, bro. He's such a good player. Like just a solid DM. Does what you need. He crunches and he passes and he makes the right passes as a DM. Do you get what I'm saying? But yeah, I feel sorry for them sort of guys because they didn't get really much minutes. Obviously, Conceição got a bit more minutes, but it's like here, brother, here, just play, here, jump on, we're losing, or just run at people or whatever, innit? So, yeah, that's all I can say on Portugal. That's not all, but I can keep going. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna say on Portugal.
All I gotta say is I've never thought I'd see the day where Portugal play like Ghana. You have now the
oh mate, it's dark, man.
At least Portugal had some shots on target, mate. Do you know what I
mean? Hey. Guess what we go for? Home.
I can't believe Ghana, you know.
You got man like Jordan Ayew not having a shot all tournament and then taking free kicks at the halfway line and then kicking it off the pitch. Oh, I swear, if I was Ghanaian, I would have been on every Ghanaian blog football page freeing the absolute realness, but I'll leave that for you, man. The second game of the night, the one that had a lot of controversy, and our US folks, they were celebrating, calling the rest of Europe soft because they got a decision overturned. If you saw videos yesterday, Jacob heard me play them in the car when we were leaving podding from the White House of the president, talking about his influence on the decision, and then other people within the US Gov talking about Balogun's red card being suspended. Belgium were obviously pissed before the game. They made an appeal. It didn't really do much, but they shut every single American up on the pitch and absolutely destroyed the US 4-1. It could have been more at halftime. And to be fair, I kind of had the US winning this game, edging it because of the way Belgium have played all tournament. They were lucky to be in that game. And I felt the US, a lot of them games, obviously opposition weren't great, but they'd score early and they'll just shut up shop. But then Belgium, shout out Rudy Garcia, made big calls, dropping both Doku and Kevin De Bruyne. That's one legacy player and then one of your current best players. And then De Bruyne didn't even touch the field. But yeah, thoughts on Belgium's 4-1 victory over the United States of America, completing the co-host all out. And I don't know if you saw Belgium tweet saying overturn that.
No, I didn't see that still.
You see that game, right?
Yeah.
What did I say? What I said the day before is Belgium are not going to allow themselves to lose to the USA. The USA are not known for football. They said, no, we are a footballing nation and we have way too many footballing legends for us to lose to you guys. And with all of the controversy going into the game, I just felt to myself like Belgium are going to come out like Belgium should play. And I feel like we actually saw the real Belgium for the first time in this World Cup. As much as obviously they dropped their main players in De Bruyne and Doku, the players that came in did a job for them. And Trossard played Trossard's kind of been the best player this tournament, if I'm going to be
Trossard's been banging. He's been cold.
So Trossard came and played like the guy. Like he was the guy for them. I can't pronounce his name. Ketelera?
Yeah. CDK.
Yeah, just call him that. CDK. Yeah. CDK came and obviously got his 2 goals. Obviously, before USA even got into the game, Belgium could have been 3-0 up. That's how real it was. Before USA even got a shot on goal, which their only shot on goal came from the free kick, which deflected. That could have been a 3-0 game. And I feel like it's a learning lesson for the US. Like, you went through the group stage, you were happy and like, oh, yeah, we're doing this. We can do this. We got these players. And Belgium aren't playing well. All it takes is for this European side to turn it on for a game, you know, and you're blown out the water. And I think that's when they learned their lesson yesterday. I feel like a super dominant performance and the best performance we've seen from Belgium. And I think they'll carry this confidence into their next game where they're going to need to, because they need to perform to this level and above to get past Spain. But for some weird reason, I can see this year being, and I said it yesterday, this World Cup is weird. This could be the year Belgium end up getting to the final with probably their worst team they've had in such a long time. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So this is how odd this World Cup has been. But for me, great performance from Belgium, great decision making from their manager, who I don't really like too much because some of the comments he made are very interesting towards like the African nations and stuff like that. Yeah. I don't like him too much. But on managerial,
he kind of clarified it the next day because he spoke about it the following day about the Senegal comments, and he said it's in
He probably got told he has to clarify that.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing.
But you got a couple West Africans in your current squad that will say, hey. Obviously, Onana being one of them. Onana, obviously, shout out him. He done his ACL.
Is that confirmed, Jails? Is ACL? Yeah.
Yeah, I see this morning confirmed ACL.
Still steep.
But I'm glad they went through. I'm not glad about Onana doing his ACL because I feel like he's been carrying an injury into this tournament anyway. But for the Belgium, I'm glad they went through. For the US, it's a learning curve. They're gonna have to learn. Obviously, you guys got what you wanted. You got Balogun to play, but we said you're putting Balogun on this thing like he's a high level footballer in the world football. He's just a good striker in world football. You get what I mean? Like he's not anything special. But you learned your lesson yesterday. Yeah. So the US have got far though. They'll build off this, and I feel like football will take a turn in their country maybe, and they'll maybe put more people into it and try and develop a better footballing nation. I think Pochettino's done a good job over there in what he has to work with and how he's managed to push them to where they are. So for me, result I thought that was gonna happen, not because of the performances at this tournament. The performances of the tournament say that USA should have probably won 4-1, but the team what Belgium can do when they want to do it, and what Belgium did is what I expected them to do, and they took all of that controversy from before and fueled it into their game and put on a performance like that.
Yeah. I thought it was a one-sided beatdown, man, from minute 1 to minute 90. I thought Belgium would win. I can't lie. I didn't let that form kind of fool me because they versed them recently and they smoked them 5-1. The last time they played, Belgium smoked USA 5-1. So I was like, in my head, I thought, it's like it might not be a 5-1, but they should win. And then after like the first 10 minutes, I was like, USA didn't have a shot until the goal, which was a deflected free kick by Tillman, who's, to be honest, was probably their best player. I really like that Tillman guy. I think he's good. But yeah, man, Belgium been poor all tournament, but this game, like they played Tillemans in the 10, which I was like, fair enough. The Raskin guy that plays for Rangers, I believe it is, he was banging. I thought he was so good. Like even going forward, he assisted CDK's first goal. Yeah. And I was like, like he surprised me because he's more like a kind of like a pit bull in DM minute, like a ball-winning midfielder. So he actually surprised me a lot on the ball. Trossard's been good all tournament, in my opinion. He's kind of like taken that mantle of, you know what, I'm gonna take my nation. I'm one of the household names. I'm gonna step up. So big him up. And yeah, man, just overall, it was total domination yesterday's game, man. USA had nothing. Pulisic, if you told me he didn't play, I would have believed you.
The whole tournament.
Literally, like he played the first game, got injured. They forced him back from the injury. Nothing really. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, Balogun, nothing. I don't really blame him for yesterday because his team literally done nothing. He had one chance, he shot straight at the keeper, but obviously those are the chances where it's like for your president to be turning around suspensions, you have to bury those. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Other than Tillman, I would say USA bold. The goalkeeper was shocking. Tim Ream, I think that's the guy that used to play for Fulham as well.
Yeah.
Shocking. And then even Chris Richards at the end made a mistake for Lukaku's goal. It just looked like Men v Boys, if I'm being honest with you. Like the mistakes were like that's not mistakes you make at the highest level, like, and they got punished for it. That was the reality. It could have been more, but yeah, man, it was total domination that game. Still, I was even surprised that USA was even playing that well, but then again, their group wasn't that great. So I was just like, you know what, fair enough. That kind of plays a part. And then yeah, as soon as they verse someone that's meant to be something, they got battered and they're out. So it is what it is.
Battered, absolutely battered. And I feel like for not necessarily the players, because a lot of their players play in Europe, so their players know who they're playing against. It won't so much be a humbling experience, but for their supporters, their sports analysts who specialize in other sports, not so much in the real football, soccer, their government, evidently, it's a humbling experience. Because even in the car yesterday on the way back, we just listened to a clip from the Barstool owner, Dave Portnoy or whatever his name is, and Troops was like, Belgium are gonna batter you lot. Because Portnoy was points like, oh, everyone's crying about the decision, blah blah blah. Troops is like, everyone's not crying about the decision, it's just wrong. You don't see that in that sense, but because of that, Belgium are gonna batter you lot. And I was like, all right, batter's a strong word. Do you know what I mean? Because especially with the way Belgium have played, innit? But they did exactly that. And obviously, it being on USO, it's their World Cup, effectively, it's going to really dumb down their narrative of, because we've naturally got the best athletes in other sports, we can just come over to football, soccer, and be the best. That is not the way it's played, because soccer, football, a lot of it is skilled based. And I was reading something this morning, funny enough, that like someone was saying, this is another thing that they kind of forget, or it gets in their way. The way the US treat soccer, and I'm going to keep on saying soccer for them, is a middle class sport. Because one of my friends, he's moved out there and he does coaching, everything else, and I think he's doing fairly well from it. And that's how it's seen. Like, football's an expensive thing there, whereas football here, Europe, South America, Africa, it's below grassroots. It's cage football. It's street football. Like, the best players in the world are from poverty. We're not saying go and pick up people like from poverty or low class backgrounds, I should say. We're not saying go and do that, but that's how you need to treat in terms of how you recruit. It's not who pays the most for this whatever scholarship, this organization, whatever, me paraphrasing. It's seeing the best talent, the best street talent, the best natural ballers, and then molding them into footballers. And I feel because of stuff like that, as much as the US are growing with soccer, they're still going to be quite far behind.
It's still going to be, Joe, it's going to be way far behind. Go on. I'm just saying.
No, it is, but they've got the tools to catch up. Not to be on par, but they've got the tools to catch up. But I feel that the way that they view soccer is a reason why they'll continue staying far behind when they should be closer. I don't think they'll ever get be close, but they should be getting closer at this stage. And that's like, I just feel like the way they view it.
The only reason for me that one is difficult is because they seem to not understand that foot-eye coordination is so much more difficult than anything they do with their hands over there. Like, I don't know why they look at football as like, oh, it's not cool to play because, you know, we can just take our big athletes and tell them to kick a ball. They can't, like, if you have to grow up playing football. Football's not a sport where you can join when you're 12 or 14 and just make it. Do you get what I mean? You have to be kicking the ball around from like 3, realistically. Like, a lot of their sports, you could just jump into. So you have to actually kind of be, football's a weird one. You have to actually be good at football to be good at football. It's mad saying it, but you actually have to be good at it to be good at it.
Top flight, yeah, you really do.
Yeah. You don't get away with just being super duper fast. As much as everyone goes, look at Adama Traore. Everyone forgets what Adama Traore was doing at 17 when he was at Barcelona. Technically, do you get what I mean? Like, he might have changed his style. Go on, please. I know you want to say something.
No. I agree. I'm listening.
Yeah. I I know people have changed their styles to work inside of football teams, and everyone looks at specific players. Like, oh, this guy's rubbish. But you take that person out of that environment and put him on a team where he's the main guy. All of the Premier League man can be a main man somewhere. If the team is, you get what I mean? They can be a main man somewhere. They just got to fit into a team where there's a player in that Premier League side that is way better than them. So, like for me, on that grassroots level, Joe, you're correct in saying that. I just don't know if the US can catch up because, as much as you said it's a middle class sport over there, you still need to be good at the game to be good at the game. So that means kicking the ball from 1, 2. We learn to walk and we learn to kick a ball at the same time.
Yeah,
is that mad?
Literally, I feel like the problem with the US is it's their pride, isn't it? At the end of the day, and the reason they don't rate football is because that is not their main sport, and that is, I think, the kind of be all and end all of it. Because when it comes to basketball, baseball, whatever it is, yeah, they will fight to the death about how big those sports are because that's their main sports. So then,
world champions.
You get it. So then, when it comes to football, because it's not their main sport, the way they process it, it doesn't make sense for them to fight for it or to even get into it as much as the rest of the world, because it is not a national like sport that they play in regards to the others. Do you get what I'm saying? So then it's like, and they're not as knowledgeable when it comes to football as well. They Americans don't understand how, they're only now understanding how big the sport is. Do you get what I'm saying? Like I'm seeing people like, who was it? Who's the most recent one? Someone random. I think it was LeVar Ball. Yeah, the LaMelo and that dad. Yeah, bro. He was like, and this was just him being honest. He was like, someone asked him, "Oh, what do you think's better, like the World Cup or the NBA?" He said, "Bro, like I went to watch a game in like Mexico or something, and the crowd in this random game in Mexico, wherever the hell he went, was bigger than the NBA. Was bigger than a normal NBA game." Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? So now imagine the World Cup or he said he couldn't believe it, and that's a man finding out now in 2026 how big the sport is. Do you get what I'm saying? And it's just for majority of Americans that are not clued up on football, they're all having this revelation, bro, of, oh my God, like this sport is ballistic. That's why they're all going to the games and thinking, what they're having the experience of a lifetime. This is our norm.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? We go to watch our clubs play in 60, 70, 80,000 capacity stadiums, bro. Regularly. And bro, Arsenal are now Premier League champions. They could go and verse Hull or whoever next season. The stadium will still be packed.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? The stadium is still going to be packed. Like it's football is just completely different, man. And Americans, they don't understand it because they don't play it to how we do, innit? And I feel like slowly but surely they're getting a glimpse of it, but they'll never get kind of the full thing. Because it will, I don't think it will ever happen, but until they, like them as Americans, put it on the same level as the other sports, they will never get it. Like it will never be, they will never catch up in terms of their talent, in terms of the squads they're gonna produce as a nation. They'll have some like amazing players. They'll produce 1 or 2 world-class players every couple of years or whatever. That goes without saying. But they'll never have like a pool, like a squad of 22 players, for example, to take to a World Cup, to whatever, Gold Cup or whatever it is that you're thinking, oh, you know what this USA team is. Do you get what I'm saying? They're always going to have a Tim Ream in there, unfortunately. Respectfully. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, and Tim Ream played in the Prem, but he shouldn't be playing there now.
He's 38 years old.
Do you get what I'm saying?
It's not an age thing. Yeah, he's 38, bro. It's not an age thing, and he's playing for Charlotte. But it's like,
did you get what I'm saying? So it's like, and that's not a disrespect to Tim Beam because he's played in the Prem, so he's proven that he is of a level. Yeah, but he's now 38, and yesterday it showed because CDK is one of the slowest strikers you're ever going to verse. He bullied him. He bullied him. He dunked on him. He was there at the back post. Him and his keeper couldn't talk.
Yeah.
They didn't know each other's name. The guy, the keeper messed up. The guy scuffed the shot from 30 yards and Tim Reed couldn't keep it out. Do you get what I'm saying? So bro. That there shows why it will take a hell of a lot from them to kind of get somewhere.
Do you know what? Yeah, just two things I want to say in terms of the point, both of the points that you lot made. I'd say on which I agree with both of them. I think Peez, your one about now my mind's gone blank of how they view it. Oh, my mind's gone blank. It was something you said about
how they view the sport in terms of on level with
level to other sports.
Yeah, it was the pride point. Pride point.
Yeah.
It is so real because do you know what? Yeah, realistically, and a lot of it has been covered up from their coverage of it.
Yeah.
Outside of what's happened on the pitch in the games, this World Cup has been a mess. It's been an absolute mess in terms of the ticket prices, the visa issues for players, fans, officials, family members, everyone. Like the organization aspect, the traveling, so even the final shouldn't be at MetLife Stadium in New York, New Jersey. I think Azteca should have held the final, if anything, in Mexico City. Like, just everything in this aspect has been a mess in the World Cup. But because of the entertainment and the product, and I'm going to say product because this is what they like in their sports. And it's what I actually like in their sports aspect or the way they view their sports. They see it as an entertainment business or as a product value. This has just showed further on, football, soccer is king. Because outside of every single mess, everything that's happened, every controversy, this World Cup has been so good because of what's been on the pitch. Do you know what I mean? Like, from Cape Verde being the best story in the World Cup to that England-Mexico game, the historical aspects of it, or the Azteca, the lore, the folklore, what all the co-hosts going through to the knockout stages. You've got the best players in the world all playing at the best of their ability, or most of them. We've never had a World Cup where we've had at least 3 goal scorers on 7 goals. This is the first World Cup, apparently, that this has happened. And they're the very best of the best. But because of, like, how they view football, how they view anything that's not a core American sport, it's just showed even furthermore, football's king. Vizinho got more followers. He had 50K at the Big Known tournament, the Cape Virgin keeper. He's got more followers than most American athletes. I think I could probably name 5 American athletes off the top of my head that have more followers than him on Instagram. Do you know what I mean? So that's my first point on your one piece. Jacob, on your point on the sporting aspect, you see, like, obviously we're big into our following of NFL, NBA, American sports and stuff like that. The one thing, I'll give us credit for, and it's not even us particular, is Brits, Europeans, like, that love their sports. We don't think we know their sports more than they do. I feel like a lot of the people we listen to or we watch, or just not necessarily because some of them, they're just doing their job. They have to cover football in it, especially because of the World Cup. But even like their fans and stuff like that, I feel like some of them feel like they know football on our level and these new rules should be implemented, everything like we've seen with the hydration breaks. It's worked in some aspects, but it's an absolute joke. These four quarters, that's not our sport. Like us, we can put our pride down again, and it's not even us being prideful. We can just view their sports, enjoy it, give our takes on it. like we can eventually become specialists in those sports, but we're not going to try and change the sport. The difference is they try to change football, or like the way they view football is why doesn't football do this because the NFL or the NBA or the MLB do this? It's like, no, that's not how it works, bro. Football is the one sport you don't need all the whole fiasco. You don't need nothing. We don't need all the extras. The most, and even this is at a push, is the documentaries, the Amazon documentaries or stuff like that. The BTS behind the scenes in football, I don't really care about that. And I think a lot of European fans or non-American footballers don't really care about that aspect. You like some stories here and there, but it's just we respect their sports. I don't feel like they respect football enough. And that's it. All just collectively goes down to the pride aspect, because we're the powerhouse in our sports. We're the world champions. You got your own athletes. No one else saying world champions of what, bro? You get me?
Yeah.
You can be the best league in the world, and that's completely fine. And it comes to the point where we don't even care that they call themselves world champions. We actually don't. No, it's not true, but we just don't care. Have your moment. And do you know what? I agree with your point. They're going to be far behind for a very long time because of just their attitude and their view on football in general. And then obviously not understanding the foot-eye coordination aspect carries you a long way to be the best of the best of the best. And the final thing I'll say on this game is Christian Pulisic, you're no more Captain America. They need to throw that in the bin. They need to throw that. They need to throw any narrative of Captain America in the bin.
Yeah, when it came to it, he has to stand up. Last thing on what you just said there, about the way they treat it as entertainment. You see, in football matches, we don't pan towards our celebrities in the crowd because we actually don't care about who's in the damn crowd. You see, in these games, they're always panning to the crowd to show an NBA player, bro. No one cares about this NBA player when the game is going on. There's no courtside seats, bro. We do not care which celebrity is in the building. We come to watch the football match because the celebrities in this here are on the pitch. So they need to stop this. Oh, Tom Brady's in the building. Guess what? Everyone outside of America doesn't know who that man is. You have to watch the sports. When I'm watching the sports with my family, they were like this. Who is this person they keep panning to? I'm like, oh, he's an NFL player. Yeah. They don't know. The world doesn't know these people. So please, when you show Ronaldinho, yes, the world knows him. The world knows all them Brazilian man. But the world don't know these random American athletes. So stop showing them. But yeah, that's my last thing on that.
Right. So again, we'll continue watching and loving their sports, but the way they view football, and I just hope you'd like to hope the World Cup will be a lesson for a lot of them. Again, not everyone's going to be on the same ideology of certain things, but maybe there could be that one person that'd be like, yo, okay, maybe we need to do this in this aspect, listen to these kind of people, etc. But again, like we're seeing, they're obviously starting to understand when the European-based players are older, but they then go to the MLS and they're feeling the effect more now. Messi, because they're into Miami, for instance, or any game that Messi plays at, the game will never enough be a sellout. So they're understanding more in terms of the footballing culture aspect. But boy, it's a long way to go. All right, let's go to these final two games of this round before we end up on today's episode, which is way longer than expected, but it's been an absolute fantastic conversation. 5 o'clock UK time today, Argentina versus Egypt. Who you got, Peez? Who you got, Jacob?
Versus Egypt, yeah, Argentina, man. Should be easy money for them. Egypt are not good enough, respectfully. They wasn't. I thought they were so underwhelming in the AFCON as well. Yeah, there should be Argentina easy money. I can't lie. I expect to see 3s and 4s if I'm being honest.
I'd agree with you, but Egypt needs to get the spirit of Cape Verde somehow and bring it into this game. But I do believe they won't be messing around or anything like that. I feel like they'll want to try and really get this game done early. Messi's shooting boots will be right on. So I'm going to go Argentina, but I'm going to make it close. I'm going to go 3-1, but 2 goals coming a bit later on in the game. So 1-1 for quite a period of time, then 2 goals.
To be fair, I wouldn't even be surprised if Argentina win this 1-0 or 2-1. I think it's going to be a tight game, especially with the way, again, I agree with the way Egypt are. They're not that great, but they've got great fight. Like, they know how to hang in games. They can score early and hang in. Not to say they're going to do that this game. And I feel Argentina are very leggy from the Cape Verde game. We saw extra time. A lot of their players were cramping up to hell. Some needed to be subbed off. They couldn't even make a final sub because they used up all their subs. I think it was Lisandro Martinez. So I think Argentina may be leggy in this instant and just edge it. I think it's going to be a tighter game. 9 o'clock UK time. This was one of the games that I said could be game of the round. Switzerland versus Colombia to finish off the round of 16. Who we got? Peez first.
I think this one will be a bit tighter, but I think Colombia will edge it. I'll go for Colombia. I think Switzerland have been good, but they're not. I don't think they can match the energy levels and the like kind of non-stop running and the attacks and actual good football that Colombia have actually been playing, bro. Like when I watched them against us, when I watched them against Portugal, bro, like their midfield outrun us, their wingers were flying, but they was doing it with sharpness. Like it was technically good as well as the physical bit, if that makes sense. The passes, the combinations was good. They were just lacking the finishing against Portugal, to be honest. If they could finish on that day, they would have beat us comfortably. And I feel like with Switzerland, it's like they're solid, they're a unit. A lot of them have been there for a while and played for Switzerland for a while. So there's a lot of experience in the team. But again, with them as well, who have they really played that's good? Do you get what I'm saying? I think it comes like it's like another USA type vibe. Like who have they really played amazing to get where they are? Do you get what I'm saying? And then now you're going to come up against a team where, to be fair, Colombia probably wasn't even seen as one of like a favorite to get to like the quarters or whatever, but they're shown they topped our group at the end of the day. So now this is probably going to be Switzerland's first real tester, and the same thing happened last World Cup. Switzerland had their first tester was Portugal, and they lost 5-1 in the round of 16 or the quarters or whatever it was. So yeah, I would say Colombia. But if Switzerland did actually do a bit, I wouldn't be surprised because they've been good enough. But I would say Colombia. Yeah.
You know what? I'm going totally opposite to you. I'm going for Switzerland today. I actually do think that they have the better team. I actually think they have the better team overall. I think Colombia's high energy and high tempo has worked. But you know what? I watched them when I'm watching Colombia against Ghana. Ghana kind of, as much as we were rubbish, and we are rubbish, we kind of nullified their such high tempo. When they go to play against people that have the sort of
same thing,
same thing as them, the same athletic ability, it doesn't look as good. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Go on, Joe.
But on that, because I had a feeling you'd say that, do you feel that's because of the way Ghana play? Because Ghana sit back again, and they're hard to beat for a lot of teams.
I say yes and no, because I feel like no one, really and truly, the only team that's really gone out and attacked Colombia have been Portugal, and it was a good game. Do you get what I mean? It was actually a good game to watch. But again, saying what we said, what Peez, just going off the back of what Peez said in terms of Colombia ain't really played no one. No, but Switzerland ain't really played no one. Colombia really ain't played no one, really. Uzbekistan, Congo, Ghana, and then Portugal. But Portugal haven't been the Portugal we expected to see. So they're in the same type. They're in the same kind of boat, if I'm being very honest with you. And teams they've played. So for me, I just feel like Switzerland will be able to do a lot more. And I feel like Colombia playing this super high tempo, it eventually is going to catch up to you when someone makes you run without the football. No one's really made them running without the football. They're just running with it. When they have to really run without it for the full constant game, I feel like they're going to get passed off the pitch in a game. I don't know if it's going to be today, but I feel like Switzerland have the quality to be able to do that. And they have the attacking players in Embolo, Manzambi, Vargas, and obviously Shaka is always there, always going to be there to do something. So I'm going Switzerland. It's going to be a very, very tight game. I'm probably
definitely. I reckon it will. It could go either way still.
Yeah. I'm with the either way flex. I'll give Colombia credit because they're more battle tested. I feel like they've faced different styles this tournament. They've gone from playing defensively minded teams teams that are projected to potentially win the World Cup. They've got that battle tested in them. And obviously, before the World Cup, I think I made this point in one episode last week, Colombia were viewed pre-World Cup as a team that may potentially struggle. I think like a lot of Colombian press, their particular fans were saying like this team's not that good. They're not expecting much from them. And they've surprised probably them and us watching as well. And they're just a team that love to play on the front foot, which is so fun to watch. But the flip side is once Switzerland, even though their group went hard, once they started scoring, boy, oh boy, it clicked for them. It clicked for them. And they're just a confident team. Like they're another team that's good to watch. They should have destroyed Qatar first game. They didn't. They did not let that slip again with whoever they faced. Algeria, last round, Algeria didn't take their chances early in the game. Once Switzerland scored, it was a different pool of game. So it's going to be an interesting game. And whoever wins will deserve it. Because I think both these teams have been one of the few, not one of the few, but they've been one of the teams, both of them, have been teams that have been bright sparks in this World Cup and have made themselves proud. But that wraps up the round of 16 before the quarterfinals kick off on Thursday. Oh my. But hey, Peez, my bro, our brother, thank you for joining us in this.
Appreciate you, man, every time.
This one was long and fantastic. Great episode. Thank you very much for your views on your people, the Portuguese brothers and sisters. Unfortunately, they're out. As Edge likes to say,
Tell a friend to tell a friend.
And the man himself,
like and subscribe.
What he said, get in the comments, hit those buttons, keep supporting, and we'll keep on delivering. But it's time to sign out as the round of 16 wraps up. Joe, see you later.
Jacob, take care.
Am I meant to say an outro here?
Yes, you are. You know,
as if you ain't been here like 29 times, bro.
I just wanted to make it seem like I was still like a guest in it. Yeah, I'm saying peace signing out.
Thank you all for listening, watching, and keep supporting. God bless you all.
Love.